This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. Before we start the presentation, can we have a quick round of introduction? That today's gathering, which domain you basically belongs to, and how many years of experience you have. The reason to have this information that will help me to understand what kind of audiences we have today, and based on that we will proceed the presentation. Okay, so I can start with, okay, let me open the attendance list. Bishwanath, can you please
Yes.
quickly
Hi.
introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi. I am Vishwanath. I am working in a automation company. I have overall 5 year experience. I am currently working in mostly SAP data management. So I am interested to learn this MDG so that if I can make a career in this domain. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Data management means which are the domain you deal with? I mean material,
Uh,
supplier, customer.
yeah, mostly material data management.
Okay,
SAP,
okay,
CC, BOM, uh, engineering, data management, mostly that part, creating materials, MMT codes, and creating BOM, CST codes. And we have another one in SAP CC, that label data management, those uh, data we manage.
okay, okay. Thank you, Vishwajit. Thank you. Sorry,
Yeah,
Vishwanath.
thank you.
Okay. Next, Charan. Charan, can you please introduce yourself? I cannot hear you. Something.
Then check your mic. By the time we'll go to next candidate.
Okay, no problem. Next is DJ.
Hey, hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Deepak. Okay. Uh, I'm working on SAP Business Objects. I have around 10 plus years of experience in SAP Business Objects. Basically, we use backend data to bring into object to present the reports. We use non-SAP as well as SAP data sources to connect to the object system and make it available to the enterprise users. And I'm keen to learn MDG tool to make a career progression from object to other domain inside the SAP.
Okay,
That's about
okay.
me.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
DJ. Charan, uh, can you please speak? I can see you are still in mute. I cannot hear you. You may be rejoin this meeting. Okay. Okay, I'm going to the next. Prashad.
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Prasad. I work in SAP as a business analyst, doing all the material master domain, analyzing the material master, supporting the business. So I've been working for SAP for about 10 years now. So I wanted to get into MDG to understand what the new versions are and what the new features. Yeah, nice to be here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prasad. Next, Pratik.
Hello. Hello, am
I
I
can
audible?
hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Pratik. Currently, I'm working in Savak Technology as a SAP consultant in domain. Last 1 year, total years of experience, one. Currently, I'm interested to learn the MDG and try to enhance myself in MDG module. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pratik. Next, Ramya.
Hello everyone, this is Ramya. I have been working as an SAP ABAP consultant for the past 10 plus years. I work for an MNC. So apart from that, I'm a pure technical consultant. So I was just trying to upgrade my skills. So just want to try my hands in MDG.
So, Ramya, are you in ABAP?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Next, Rani.
Hi everyone, this is Rani and I have been working in SAP ABAP from the past 10 years and I wanted to add another skill MDC. That's the reason I want to learn MDC.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rani. Next, Reno Pillai. Reno, at least I cannot hear you.
Charan and Reno, try to rejoin because we can't hear you. If you're okay, uh, then we can continue. The last candidate is Vijay.
Vijanti.
Vijay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi all. Hope I'm audible. Um,
Yes, I can
am
hear
I?
you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, hi Arun. Hi all. I'm Vajanti. I have 10 plus years experience in SAP functional domain. When I mean functional domain, it is majorly in FICO. I got a chance to work in MDG, so that's why I'm into this. But my main focus is technical, to gain technical knowledge in MDG. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Vajanti. Thank you. Okay. We can check whether Charan can speak. Charan? No, I can't hear. Okay. Fine. So now let me introduce myself. So myself, Aditya, I have 15 years of experience in SAP. I started my journey as an ABAPer and then I moved to MDM and MDG. Since 2014, uh, categorically 13 and since then I'm a part of MDG project and I have been part of several projects like retail, manufacturing, defense, agriculture. These are the major stream of the project I have been part of. And basically, I have delivered uh, domain like business partner, including customer, supplier, material, and finance. These are the major domains which I have been worked. I also did the certification on ABAP and MDG. So I'm a certified consultant, and mostly I have been work from India with several clients, and now the idea is that whatever the knowledge I have gained, uh, that I will share with through this forum, and the discussion will be mainly on three areas. First is technical, second is functional, and third one is the architectural. because my current role is as a solution architect. But that doesn't mean I'm far from functional and technical. It's a it's a the module itself is MDG is a techno-functional module. So when I play solution architect role, it also demand on a regular basis to involve in technical and functional area as well. Okay. So in short, whatever I have learned so far in my career, I will share those experience, those understanding about SAP with all of you. But when I'm in a discussion on a specific topic, the discussion will not be in a right direction if we don't have agenda. So that's what in this particular discussion I will continue with some agenda where I will talk about that what are the things we are going to talk about whenever we will have the opportunity, and then based on that we will clarify some of the questions which are the general questions, and if there is any specific questions related to any individual or any project we'll also discuss. Okay, so this is a very brief introduction from my side. Now, before we really start the presentation, because I don't want to hold this meeting for the longer period of time, it's a weekend, so everybody must be busy with their family, friends. So let's quickly cover up what exactly we need to discuss. So before we cover up, just quickly check. Charan, is it possible for you to speak?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hello all. I have 6+ years of experience in SAP. In that, 2.5 years on MDG and rest on SAP MM. Yeah, currently I'm supporting for MDG, which is related to support and development as well. Yeah, so and also I'm looking for more exposure on MDG, so that is what I'm looking for training. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Uh, yeah. Reno, is it possible to speak? I can see your message. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I'm
sharing.
trying. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, can you hear
I
me
can hear
now?
you now. I can hear
Oh,
you
great.
now.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm Rena Pillay from South Africa, and I'm currently an MDG consultant at SAP in Johannesburg. My main domains are started off with MDM, Master Data, MMSD, and the MDG. I just wanted to attend this classes to see exactly, like, whether it's in line with what I'm teaching and training in SAP with me. So I have 31 years of experience in SAP. So yeah, I'm happy to be in this session and learn even more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for this participation. Thank you. Okay. Chetan, you joined now. Chetan, can you? You're in mute. Okay. Fine. So let's not wait for the introduction, so we can straight away go to the presentation. So let me first share my screen. Let me know whether you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I have prepared few slides, and these are the very basic informations which I'm going to share in this presentation. That's good that we have today audiences. From this introduction, at least I can understand, we have audiences from uh, technical background. In fact, we have few of them who already having experience on MDG, and also we have some people, those are from non-MDG background, and they are trying to see the opportunity in MDG. So basically we have a mixed audience. That's good. Any discussion, if we have a mixed audience, that will be really good for the discussion. Now let's move on. So basically, first we need to understand that why we need to unlearn, or why for industry master data management and governance is important. Maybe the answer everybody aware about this, but to reiterate this, to understand uh, and ensure that we are moving with the right direction. So the thing is that why data management and governance is needed. Now, if I give one simple example with the banking sector, now the banking sector, the way it's been evolved in several years. If you just back 10, 15 years, the kind of a service, the kind of a information was needed in the banking sector, now it's completely different. Their customers are growing, their branches are growing, a lot of different informations they need to reserve, and based on this information they can plan their further business process and their future strategies. So this is just a one sector example. Similarly, the other sectors, whether it's a manufacturing, whether it's a retail, every sector is more or less same scenario. So that means at some point of time, it is important to respect your data, to store your data in such a way where you can get some benefit. Okay, that is one thing. The another is the process. So earlier, for an example, one organization need to create one material master, need to maintain the bill of material information. The process was tedious. They don't have any specific, single window process where they can proceed with a very, user-friendly process. Rather, it is a more on, one-to-one communication with the different departments to get the approval particularly. But the moment we introduce the data management and governance, we basically introduce a very simple user-friendly process, which not only help the user in terms of simplifications of the process, also it is increasing the data quality, the transparency of the data. Okay, so these are the areas which we have improved as well. So now SAP started with their data management and governance journey with SAP MDM. SAP MDM is a tool which having sub tools like console, data manager, import manager, syndicators, etc. Basically they use in order to maintain the data structures, to fill the data, to validate the data, to maintain the data quality, to maintain some business processes, some calculations, and then to extract the data or to replicate the data to some other target systems. Okay, but over the period of time, SAP identified that customer has some complex need. Customer needs certain things which is with SAP MDM, it's not possible to deliver, or sometimes it's the process is not so much robust, or it's the scalability is not enough. So because of that reason, SAP came up with another module, which is a kind of a next generation module of SAP MDM and governance, that is Master Data Governance, MDG. The biggest difference between MDM and MDG is not the architecture. Architecture wise, they are more or less similar. The main difference is the process. SAP MDM process is completely different than MDG process. And the second thing is MDM runs on C++, where MDG runs on ABAP. And naturally, you know that SAP's programming module is ABAP, and it's a very easy data validations, derivations, data quality checks, etc. So naturally, SAP promotes SAP MDG over MDM. Okay. Now in MDG, basically we deal with business partner, including customer, supplier, material, finance. Apart from that, it also manages module like retail management, module like enterprise asset management, etc. And it's growing. So that is the main reason why this transformation from MDM to MDG. Now in MDG, what exactly it is giving the benefit? The biggest benefit in MDG is the reusability. The second benefit is the data quality checks. The kind of validations, derivations, advanced level validations, complex validations can be done in a very easy way through ABAP. The third thing is the business process. Here the business process is quite advanced. A lot of different approvals can be designed in a very simple way, and then ultimately the approval rejections, this whole process gets created. And the final thing is the replication. So basically the replication happens to multiple systems. It can involve to SAP systems, it can involve to non-SAP systems as well. And that can be done in a very simple framework. So these are the main reasons. Whenever we will get opportunity, we will get into this in a very detailed way. But at least for a brief discussion, this is the main reason why this transformation happened from MDM to MDG and why MDG is so important for any organization. Okay. Now, what are the different types of data we deal with? One thing, you might have a lot of questions in between, but I would request that please note down those questions so it should not go away. And allow me to complete. I will complete first the presentation. The way I will explain, I hope 80% of your answers you will get. But the remaining, once we will open the floor, we will talk about it. Okay. So please bear with me. The reason is there are a lot of informations which I need to share. So maybe any kind of interruptions, I may forget. So it's better I will continue with all those informations first. So data. How many different types of data we have? We have data like reference data. We have data like master data. We have data like transaction data and reporting data. So 4 different types of data we have. Now, what are the reference data? Reference data means with those help of data, we create the master data like company code, purchase org, sales data, some basic informations like, some material types, material groups, address informations. These are the nothing but the reference data. Every domain we have reference data, and that we need to maintain in order to create the master data or update the master data. Then it comes to master data. Master data means supplier, customer, material, finance. In finance also we have GL account, cost center, cost element, profit center. So these are the master data. Transactional data. Transactional data means those data which are related to the financial transactions. Okay, these are the transactional data. As far as MDG is concerned, MDG does not deal directly with the transactional data. MDG mainly deal with the master data, where you have a reference data. And then the last type of data is reporting data. Reporting data is once upon a time when MDG was without S4. That time reporting data was managing in a different way. That I will talk about whenever we will have this opportunity. But now, once the transition happened in non-S4 to S4, now currently the MDG which we are working, that is S4 MDG. Here, as far as reporting data is concerned, we have data quality and data analytics in place, which is part of MDG. And through data analytics, you can do a lot of reporting stuffs. So analyze about your MDG change request, analyze your business process, a lot of other things, which will really help you in. Okay. So that also we are going to talk about. So these are the different levels. Now MDG capabilities. So as I mentioned, the major four pillars, if I talk about, if it says that you tell me what are the major pillars of MDG, I would say four pillars. One, the reusability of the master data. You don't need to create again and again all the master data. If the master data is created, that can be reused next time. Okay. Secondly, the data quality check. So you have advanced data validations, derivations, technique, maintain the data quality. Third is the simplification of the governance process. And the fourth one is the reduction of the duplicate record. And obviously then we have replications, etc. But mainly these four. These four are the major capabilities or major pillars, whatever you can say. Okay. We will talk about again every means the topic which we are covering. Whenever we will get the opportunity, we will go with very deep depth details. So material master. So this is one of the domain. So in material master, basically we have business partner followed by classification, characteristics, sales information, plant details, valuation informations, etc. Customer master data, vendor master data. Now remember that in S4 MDG, we follow the concept of BUPA. What is BUPA concept? BUPA says that in non-S4, you only deal with customer, you only deal with vendor. However, you have a business partner concept, but not necessarily you will use that concept in line with ERP customer or ERP vendor. But when it is MDG, the BUPA concept says that the top level hierarchy is your business partner and the lower level hierarchy is your ERP customer and ERP vendor. Then followed by whatever the informations you have, company code, sales data, purchase data, etc. But the main hierarchy, the top level hierarchy is a business partner, where you have a business partner basic information, including address data, the, the tax informations, the bank details, identification details, etc. And then followed by ERP customer and ERP vendor. Okay. So in MDG, It is always business partner in line with ERP customer. Okay. And then the another concept which comes with the CVI, customer vendor integration, where basically we link the business partner with customer, we link the business partner with vendor, and also there is a linkage between the respective ERP customer and ERP vendor. Okay, so these are the configurations which we will talk about. So vendor master, finance master, we have a GL account, cost center, profit center, cost element, etc. Company. And this is one kind of at a glance, where you can see we deal with mainly finance, material, supplier and customer, in short business partner. Apart from that, we have enterprise asset management and retail management. Honestly speaking, I have no experience with retail management. I do have experience little bit with the enterprise asset management, which I will share with you, but mainly for the discussion point of view, these are the main domain which we cover, which is finance, material and business partner, including supplier and customer. Because the majority of the customer, if you see, the majority of the project, if you see, they mainly deal with this four or these three. Okay. Now I'm slowly getting into the MDG processes. So far we talked about what is MDG, what is the advantages of MDG, what are the different domains we have, etc., etc. Now the processes. So how basically we deal with the MDG processes. So the first process is the data model. In data model, basically we will talk about, so one thing I would like to clarify this. You need to understand that from where I am coming from. So basically, if you understand my introduction, my brief introduction, so basically I'm coming from a very technical background, and then I have been received the opportunity to move into the functional area, then solution architect area. So whatever I have learned with the practical experiences, that I'm going to share here. So theoretical understanding is important, that I'm completely agree. But my strong belief is that until and unless we have a practical understanding, we will not able to deliver the project. So here in our discussion, we mainly focus on the practical exercises, because the practical exercises will come with a lot of examples, okay, lot of different cases, and that will help us in order to resolve the similar cases what you might face in future in your project. Okay, so coming back to the data model, so basically here we talk about custom data model, standard data model, and enhancement of the standard data model. And each case, so let's say if I begin with custom data model, we will have a thorough demonstration to explain that how the custom data model we can build, okay, with the step-by-step details. Similarly, standard data model and enhancement, like in data model, how we can extend the data model with custom entities, how we can extend the data model with custom attributes. Similarly, BP data model, how we can extend the BP data model with additional entities, additional attributes. Similarly, finance. So all this model we will talk about with those configurations. Next is also, apart from that, we will also talk about in this chapter customer vendor integrations, genuine model, what is the purpose of them, and with the hands-on, not just a theoretical understanding. Process model. Process model means what are the different process we have, like create, change, mark for deletion, block unblock, etc. So how you configure those processes in MDG? Similar way, custom, standard and enhancement of the standard process. Apart from that, we will also talk about some change request properties, how you deal with those properties, what are the different techniques we have available in the properties. Then UI model. Sorry to reiterate that everything will be hands-on. So UI model. UI model basically again custom, standard and the enhancement of standard UI. But mainly we will touch upon what are the differences of implementation of deep copy, customizing component configurations with enhancements. Mainly these three things. And apart from that, we will also talk about the adaptations and the importance of the feeder class implementation and the body implementation for a UI model and the biggest differences with example. Like any kind of a field property field manipulations, like to make some certain field mandatory, to make some certain field gray out, to make some certain field invisible. Okay, for particular this step it should be invisible, for the next step again it should be visible. So such kind of scenarios which we will talk about with the examples. Okay, and whatever the examples we will give, almost all the examples are documented in Word file or PDF with the, if there is any backend coding is necessary, that coding is also available, and those informations are available in the SharePoint. Okay, so chapter wise you have a data available, which will be may not be necessary the same exercise I will do in front of you. Then it is no use. So my example will be little different, but the flow is more or less same. Okay, might be my name of the entity is different, but the documentation, the name of the entity will be different. Okay, but the flow and the understanding will be same. So those are the reference document for you, which you will be using in order to have a future references. Then workflow. So basically in workflow there is nothing standard or nothing enhancement or anything. No, it's a purely customized workflow, and the workflow will be designed through the rule-based workflow, which is an advanced workflow than a simple workflow process. So here we will talk about like what are the different processes are involved. With the example, we will create one workflow end-to-end process. We will understand what is single value decision table, non-user agent decision table, user agent decision table, how one process works, and the relevant details like how the role works, how the different positions works in the business process. So those things also we will talk about with the hands-on. Then the next chapter is the data quality, which is particularly data validations, derivation, checks, etc. So in this particular chapter, it's a purely technical chapter. So this particular chapter we will talk about mainly two things. One is ABAP body, another one is BRA plus. So again with BRA plus we will show you examples like how you can do the validations and derivations. And then we will come to the ABAP body. In ABAP body again two category: service body, rule body. Under service body we will talk about with examples. Every scenario we will have an example. Okay, demonstrations will be available. Email notification, rule context preparation, dynamic agent selection, parallel processing under the service body. Under rule body we will have a single entity validation and cross entity derivation. Okay, now what is the concept behind this and how it built, all these configurations, everything we will talk about with the demonstrations. Then we will move to the search and duplicate check. So basically in this chapter, we will configure the HANA based search. We will talk about the different searches like DB search, enterprise search, HANA based search, etc. And then we will implement or configure the duplicate check. How the duplicate check scenario can be configured. That also we can see. Then the data replication and import. Mainly in data replications, we will talk about two things. One, DRF, data replication framework with ALI doc, and DRF, data replication framework with SOA services. So both configurations we will talk about with hands-on, and then we will see how the data is flowing from one to another system. Okay, monitoring and everything will be part of the discussion. Then we will talk about the multi-processing, the mass processing and the consolidation. So basically consolidation is to create the mass data and mass processing is to change the mass data. Now there are several configuration steps are involved. There are two type of activity possible, direct and through some CR process. So both we will see with the demonstrations. Again, I repeat that everything which we are talking, whenever I'm saying that demonstration, that means we will have a hands-on on that. Then we will talk about SAP Fiori, how you configure, let's say for an example, consolidation, mass processing, then followed by DQM. So, and the basic stuff like create material, create business partner, etc., etc. So how you configure in Fiori, because the moment you migrate to S4, your NWBC will be there, NetWeaver Business Client portal will be there, which is one of the launchpad. But the advanced launchpad which is expecting here, that is SAP Fiori, because the advanced concept like consolidation, mass processing, DQM and other things will not work in NWBC. That's the reason you will be required the Fiori. So how we can configure them, that we will see here. Then we will talk about the process analytics and data quality management. Okay, which not every project use, but still we will talk about with a demonstration. And then we will also talk about some questions answers like for, preparing for interviews. We will also cover up some important topics like, you know, S4 conversions. We will also talk about some topic like what is the basic difference between MDG and MDG for RISE, which is a cloud infrastructure, and some questions, some generic questions, which is normally required for any MDG implementations, any specific struggle, any specific case studies that I will talk about. Okay. So this is one quick presentation, but there are several questions which comes from it. One is, okay, it's good that you have a good presentation, but how much opportunity I will have after this to really work on MDG? So basically the thing is that at this moment, any industry you see, it is required a very robust tool in order to manage their data. I know there are so many organizations who are just moving to MDG from Oracle because Oracle not giving enough which MDG is offering. Okay, so this is a very important module at this moment and it has a very high demand in the market. Okay, that is one. Secondly, our discussions, as I mentioned earlier beginning of the session, that our discussion will be mainly from technical point of view, functional point of view, and solution architect point of view. So those who are interested to going to technical, they also have an opportunity to understand the functional configurations and the architect level, what kind of role you need to play. Okay. And similarly, the next thing is that whether because of these demonstrations, so there is, and the way we will explain it, there is absolutely no doubt that after, if you go through this session properly, after ending of this session, you will be able to start working in MDG project independently. But one thing I would like to clarify here, many people also ask whether I can clear the certification from this. I would say I cannot guarantee with that, because the reason is certification you might require a lot of theoretical knowledge, but my focus is very clear and very straightforward. That is, I'm going to prepare you for project, because end of the day in the project you need to deliver, whether it's a technical activities or a functional activity. So this purpose of this meeting is obviously for not for the certification clearance, but for the project point of view. Now you can ask me that whether there is any differences in the content. No, there is no differences. But the only difference is in certification, you might require a lot of theoretical depth understanding, which in project you don't need that, because ultimately in project there are specific things which you need to deliver. Okay. So that is something which I really want to clear from day one. I don't want you to regret that, okay, there are in fact many people, let me tell you the positive note is, there are many people who cleared the certification after this discussion. So there is nothing different in the content. Content is same, but maybe the little approach difference. Okay. Next thing is the content which you are providing, the discussion which we are having, how you are going to drive it basically. So basically we have a chapter and chapter wise different topics. So if I begin with the introduction, so in introduction we will have first start with purpose of MDG in data management. Next is understand the architecture, the system landscape, what kind of system landscape normally involved, and the different deployment options like greenfield implementations, bluefield implementations, and brownfield implementations. What are the differences we have? This green, brown, and blue. Then out-of-box configurations. So these are the configurations which are necessary as a prerequisite before you really start with the processes. Then your data model start with process model, UI, workflow, validations, derivations, search and duplicate check, replications and import, and some enrichment topic like Fiori, data analytics, DQM, etc. S4 conversions. Okay, and then interview questions, answers. So this is our agenda. Every session, usually we do have a session on weekend, not weekdays, only weekend. So weekend, whatever the discussions we will have in each 2 to 3 hour session. So each 2 to 3 hour sessions, whatever we are covering, that we will mention like 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever it is, and how much hour we spent. This is important because we want this whole process to be transparent. So I don't want to hear from anyone that, okay, you have completed the agenda, but specific topic is not covered. So it's in front of everybody. So we have the topic, we have the chapter wise topic, and we will what are the things we have not covered. Okay, so our discussions will be in a very restricted way, and we should not move to some other direction. Okay, so that's the whole agenda which I will also share with you. Now the next part is the job. That is the most important part. Whether I will get a job in the market once I will have this. The first thing is whether you are getting the job or not. The first thing which depends, that is what is the job requirement and whether the job requirement is meeting with your understanding. And what is your understanding? This is your understanding. These are the agenda is nothing but your understanding. So the first thing what you need to do, that is whenever you see that there is a job requirement for MDG, even now also you can do after this meeting, take this agenda list and match with your job requirement, and you see how many topics are relevant. I can guarantee you 90 to 95% topic you will see here that is relevant to that particular MDG requirement. Okay, and then next is your understanding and your experiences. That matters while you are appearing for any kind of a job interview or project interview. Okay, now the next topic which people ask, that is how much time it will be required. It will be required around 20 to 30 hours, approximately 25 to 30 hours, maybe plus minus little bit. Okay, because the reason is we have a mixed audience and I cannot go fast. I will be going in a certain decent speed where everybody can understand. For me, it's not important. The important is whether we are understand those topic. So for us, quantity of the information is not important. The quality of the information is important. Okay, so that's the thing. Now I can see some questions in the chat. Let's see. No, there is no question so far. Yes, this is pretty much about our agenda. Now I am opening the floor. Now one by one we can discuss whatever the questions we have. Yes, if you have any question.
Yeah, maybe
20 to 30 hours. Sorry, can I ask?
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah,
So
yeah, please
this
go ahead.
25 to 30 hour, 25 to
Hmm.
30 hour, how you are planning? How many months it will take?
Like as I mentioned, it will be on a weekend session, and every weekend days, 2 to 3 hour session, like Saturday 2 to 3 hour and Sunday 2 to 3 hours. Okay,
Okay.
because I don't want to go with, means I have seen people going with weekend session, and weekend session means 5 hours, 6 hour sessions. I feel it's useless, honestly speaking, because in 2 to 3 hours, the amount of information I will give it to you to digest those information, those who are already in MDG world, they will not face any challenge. Might be those informations are they already aware of. But I am more concerned about those people who are coming into this MDG world for the first time. I'm more concerned about them because the more information I will give, they need to digest it. Okay, so that's what 2 to 3 hours, the amount of informations which we will provide, they have a time to digest those information the remaining week, and then they will again come up with their questions, their clarifications in the following session, and then we will clear that and we will move on to the next topic. This is how we have this discussion structures, Yes. Any other question?
Yeah, I have. So are you going to cover all data model like PP, MM, and finance also?
As I mentioned, I'm primarily going to cover on finance master, material master, business partner, including supplier and customer. I don't have experience on retail management, so I'm not going to cover that. Enterprise asset management, little bit I have experience to work, that I'm going to cover.
Yeah, all on practical way or only through theoretical?
Sir, everything hands-on. Everything hands-on. Otherwise, there is no point to discuss because there are a lot of configurations which are involved, and that requires some configurations, understanding.
Thank you.
Hmm. Okay. Any other question?
Sir, actually, I'm from functional background. I don't have any technical knowledge. So, how does this help me in understanding technically, for example, BAPI or derivations, validations, etc.?
Very good question. So basically, what happens that you are not the first person. Trust me. We have some positive case where people came from completely non-SAP background. For some reason, I'm not in a position to disclose their name, their organization name, but currently they are in a very reputed MNC and they are leading MDG team. Whether you trust me or not, that is another part. Okay. Now, the thing is, if you know everything, then why you are here? You don't know something, that is the reason you are here. Okay. So the way we have designed the session, designed the topic, our intention is to make you understand. That is what I said, that we have a three different ways: technical, functional, and solution architect. We will talk about from three different angles. Now it is up to you which angle you will take it up and you will move forward. You don't know something, that is the reason you are here. If you know this, then why you are here, right? So don't worry about it. The way we will, the thing is, first 2-3 sessions you will understand the way we are doing. Okay. Because uh, there are some certain things which you need to go through, then you will have a trust. So even though I convince you in a many way, might be that is not enough. So please go through at least 2-3 sessions, then you will understand the style of doing the things, how we are proceeding. Again and again I am telling, for us quantity is not important, quality is important. For us, the first and foremost thing is you are spending your time, effort. So the first and foremost thing, after end of this session, you should be able to independently work on MDG. That is our first goal. Rest are irrelevant. Whether you are certified, not, certification is not giving you job. Let's put it on record. The only thing which will give you the job, that is to have a proper understanding. Okay, that's at least my view. So you can take it out or you can throw it. Okay, so don't worry. Vajanti, don't worry. Just to
Thanks,
say,
Aditya.
go through 2-3 classes, you will understand. Yes, any other question?
Yeah, I have a kind of follow-on question. Do we need any prerequisites to begin with MDG?
Yes, this is a very good question. little bit knowledge on functional things like material, vendor, supplier, little bit. If you have, not necessarily important. Again, I repeat, underline this point. Not necessarily important. If you have, it's good. Similarly, those people who are looking for a technical career with MDG, if they have little bit of ABAP knowledge, it's good, but not necessarily important, particularly for the functional people. Technical people, yes, ABAP you should have. Otherwise, you will be, because I'm not going to teach you ABAP. I'm teach you MDG, and wherever it is required ABAP, I will go with the ABAP discussion, but not the core ABAP. You know what I mean? So if you have this information, it's good. Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question you have? Okay. If there is no question, then unnecessary holding on a weekend is not really good idea. So I'm closing the session now. And if you have any question, you can reach out to the coordinator. Coordinator will help you to answer the questions. If not, then they will reach out to me to get the answer. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your valuable time, and have a good rest of the day. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Aditya. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you all.
Thank you all.